And of course, you know, he was OG's like man. They played all around him. He did amazing. But I'm really interested to see how this Matumba, JRX break. Those two guys were like waffles. I don't watch anime. I don't know if that's how you say.
What?
Waffle? You know, I thought these were like waffles.
Yeah.
You know, anime with.
Why don't you just say bread and butter?
Sure. Well, I'm trying to get points for the kids at home.
Well, it's not working.
Waffles.
Bananas and monkeys.
Yeah, that was like bananas and monkeys, alright? And I'm interested to see now that there's just a monkey and no more banana, if they're gonna...
You're calling Matuma Man was the monkey and Derek was the banana.
We should move on, but I can't wait to see
Okay,
Team Liquid.
So one thing, I have actually a serious question then regarding Team Liquid. So, one thing is why Miracle worked in OG. We are actually in the draft, so I don't have a lot of time to finish my thought. Okay. We also watched the draft in the meantime. So while Miracle was in OG, everybody knew that they were playing basically around Miracle. Everything was catered towards getting him the better game. We saw, for example, No Chill not getting as much farm as maybe your typical carry because Miracle took a lot of that farm. While in Team Liquid, Matuma Man normally takes quite a bit of farm. So it's in terms of style, in terms of how much space and how much space they create for and farm they create for Miracle, it's probably going to be different, right?
This is the longest question you have ever gotten.
I think it's definitely a valid question because of, well, let's say like Envy and Artur, when they played together on the same team, it was like, oh goodness,
they're both greedy.
But I think that Miracle is one of those players that can adapt to any situation. There's never been a hero that I've seen him play who's like, oh, what? Like, even his support line that game at Frankfurt, we're like, oh, wow, he can play that pretty well, too. So I think when you have a player that versatile, he can scale his farm down and tone up his aggression if they still want their position 1 to get a lot of farm. To get a lot of farm, I'm sure that Matuma Man is more than capable enough to adapt to this.
Well, I'm not sure about this opening. I think they lost a couple of fans.
Whoa! Jeez! No. Well, definitely. I mean, that's
Drone Ranger and Huskar, that's disgusting.
That's a little dirty.
Is that how we're gonna start off?
Is that like, welcome to today's DreamLeague? Here's a Drone Huskar.
OD Murata's pretty nasty as well.
But it ain't no draft.
Yeah,
it is not
it's a different level, is it not?
So they banned out the 2 defensive supports, Oracle and... I heard someone talk about support as well. You guys heard about it yet? Oh,
no.
Sorry, support Huskar. You like zone people out with burning spears because it does incredible amounts of damage at level 1. And I don't know where you go from there.
But that's support Huskar. You attack.
I was just more confused. I was like, what?
Is it
I did hear someone talk about it last
Someone
week.
taled about it. I don't know who it was.
The heal's not even good on it, is it?
It's horrible. Yeah, it's pretty good. It scales off the stat of the guy you're healing. Right?
Yeah,
So
I guess
it's like,
so. Alright.
pretty decent. Drow with a lot of agility.
So
I'm just throwing it out there, like
throw it out there.
It could be a thing.
I don't think it will be a thing for this game.
I hope not.
They pick up Rubik way more traditional now.
Yeah, and that was an instant response to Omni Knight too. Great counter there. Anything that he steals from Omni Knight, you know it's going to be good. So good.
Solution 004.
Yeah.
0.
Unfortunately, though, they do have to play Rubik, which is a pretty bad trade-off.
What?
Bro, Rubik is Garbo.
It's great.
You can Garbo here.
Look at the things he can steal.
Can we pull up his stats?
Yeah, please pull up his stats.
There's his stats right there.
Okay.
Okay, his win rate is not even close to as bad as Pugger.
Who cares, dude?
Yeah. Well, nobody's gonna have a bad win rate as Pug.
Yeah, his win rate's fine.
Yeah,
what's wrong
win
with
rate
the
doesn't mean
hero?
anything, dude. Anyway.
I like Rubik. I think he's one of the supports that can actually keep his carry safe quite decently. He's not like, if you want to go aggressive with him, you might need something else. But since they're gonna have a drone probably on the safe lane, she's a fairly aggressive support.
And he's like a better version of Omni Knight. He's still all of Omni Knight's spells.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rubik is a gotcha pick. You pick Rubik last. Say, oh, they got a lot of team fight. Gotcha, here's our Rubik. You don't pick him.
Not when you have Kuro on your team.
I guess that.
Yeah.
Famous for it. But anyway, let's get off of that. So we got a Witch Doctor and Undying. Is Undying picked up that much these days?
More so than like a few months ago, but still.
Yeah.
Liquid really likes it though. They like pressure the off.
What do you think, Sheeves?
Undying, I like it as an off-lane, but not by himself. He needs like
he needs more help someone else.
And I prefer him actually in tri-lane, and I'm not really sure how they're gonna do that. If they're gonna go with a tri-lane, or are they gonna go for dual lane?
It could be like Huskar Undying offlane. Like,
Lord knows. I actually am not opposed to that. I like that.
I am. I feel like that's a human rights violation.
they could all,
That's terrible.
they could just do Huskar versus the OD as well.
No, I like any orb walking core. Doesn't matter which one. I like that on the offlane plus. I really am. I really like Viper.
Oh,
that's a whole different
story. Okay, we're in agreement for once. So
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, I feel like both these teams are absolutely disgusting. You have a OD Omni combo. You have a Huskar Drow combo.
Did Ben have the Chaos Knight?
Wow. Wow, that kind of makes sense to me. Chaos Knight is actually a great counter to a lot of physical damage. He can get up in his face, and he likes it when he jumps on him. He ults and dashes the hell out of him. He killed his ass. So that's pretty good idea to ban that out. But Merlini, what do you think is the most disgusting hero? When you see it, you cringe. Oh God, this
in
guy.
competitive or in pubs?
Either. In this game, who would
Probably Viper.
Yeah. We see a
Viper's
Viper.
probably the number one.
I could see that here. I feel like Viper could work.
I like Viper. I mean, it's another range, it's another aura, it's another orb walk. You have 3 orb walking heroes? Or orb heroes, are you called it?
They might want a diffusal hero.
Yeah.
Viper can probably build a diffuser if he really wants to.
He wants?
Yeah, Viper can do everything. You know?
I don't know. I haven't, as you said, somebody that naturally builds a blade.
There aren't that many. Like the PLs, I think decent.
Juggernaut can work that.
Yeah, Juggernaut's always. Ursa's been banned out.
If you want to go for a mid still, I mean, if you are going to go Huskar dying off lane,
yeah, they might
throw Rubik's safe lane.
You know what? I got a question for you. Nyx Assassin, great against OD, great against Omni Knight, but nobody picks him. Why is that? Why?
Is he great for Omni?
Yeah, I mean the mana burn is incredible. You can just spam that all day with a good setup and.
Yeah, but you have to get to the Omni. Omni Knights usually have Aether one. Spells with their cool little wand.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's I think like Nyx also gets wrecked by med.
True.
So, like, okay, what I do once he's already repelled? You have someone up in your face. But I think right now, yeah, diffusal carrier. Plus, I don't know. I'm not really sure what they want to pick.
They go for Puck.
So
probably Puck mid. Puck against OD is quite doable.
I think it's Puck.
We'll find out. I'm not one to disagree with.
I'm just not sure. I think Puck fits better in offlane. It's more popular now that Drow. And I think Huskar's a better match. Huskar can actually better, but I think Puck.
Who do you favor? Who do you go for? So?
Which team is more disgusting and will win more?
God.
I mean, I'm going for Team Liquid. Let's put my name right there. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can go that easy route. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I like the Faceless Void Omni combo, but I kind of feel like BP got something up their sleeve. I'm feeling it, guys. I don't know why. I think BP's going to take it.
I'm going with Liquid.
Okay. Safe choice.
Oh,
let's hear what our commentators have to say about this game. It is Team Liquid versus Virtus.Pro with OD Pixel and God.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm OD, this is Gods. We're ready to get ourselves second series of the game, the day. It's Virtus.Pro, it is Liquid. Virtus.Pro, of course, obviously not gaming. They're up against Liquid. It's not going to get any easier for them, Gods, is it?
Not with this dirty draft, though, and this is some filthy stuff coming out from Liquid in Game 1. Drow, Huskar opening. They don't get any of the good Huskar partners as far as the supports go because they were all banned out, but it's still going to be very tough for them. As far as the lanes in the mid-game goes, when you look at the 3 ranged cores, all with Drow Aura, Drow's going to have uncontested lane. If VP can survive it, their team fight is fierce, but it's got to be getting to that stage.
So, making a bit of a go against the bounce here with the paralyzing cast. Can't find anything to follow through. But yeah, this is, I mean, picking up Huskar, second pick. I mean, you obviously know you're going to open yourself up to having a game where you're unlikely to get your hands on a hero like Oracle or Dazzle. But you feel with the lineup that Liquid have got, they have other ways of being able to provide the support for the Husker in these fights and making sure that Miracle can get what he needs to be done.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the Undying with the heal and just the team fight control of the puck, and we will see puck in the mid lane.
Mind control mid. Miracle on the right. Shiva was right. I was going to say, when we saw the draft and we saw mind control puck, we're like, all right, Ben Wu's right. But this, a bit of a switch up indeed. Miracle up towards the top and mind control in the mid. Did we ever, on the previous iteration of Liquid, did they ever let mind control take the mid lane?
No, never. This is a big switch up. I believe they like it. Probably when they see the Void pick and they saw Void going safe lane. Husker obviously range here against the melee Void, and with the damage over time, very good against the Void. So they decided to swap the Husker to the off lane because of the Void pick. I imagine.
I mean, at this mid lane, it's looking good for no one. 6-3 against the 1-for-2 mind control. A little bit messy there as well. He tried to phase shift off the astral damage, which you can't do.
Yeah, and looking at individual... Oh, top Miracle's been hit. He's dead, I believe. Yep.
All right. Well, Liquid. Is this really you? This is not the start that Liquid would want. And VP. So a strong start at the moment. I mean, pretty much obviously the only lane going great for Liquid to start is this bottom lane, but that's because it's the off lane Omni. Not a lot it can do to really stop the farm of the drought. But mid lane 6 for 7 against the 3 for 3, and as we saw there up on top, VP getting themselves first blood.
Yeah, Puck's starting to get aggressive, harassing with the bonus damage from the drow, but no one to me is probably the, like, as far as CIS mid laners go, the strongest mechanically. I think he's even like kind of surpassed G in that regard. So this is a very tough matchup. The Astral and Arrow.
Oh, they need some damage here. They're going to jump in with the Mirana and indeed mind control. Looks like he'll be able to play his way out of this one. Or will he actually? Oh, it's still off cooldown. There it comes. He jumps out just in time.
Yeah.
I don't know how they didn't kill him. OD was
hitting creeps. He didn't move forward. No one. I don't know. Communication wasn't there between him and Lil. It was definitely a bit odd because he kept hitting creeps for a good maybe 1.5, 2 seconds before he moved forward to hit with the Mirana arrow.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, it's just as you said, you know, one of the very good mids, and then it's like, what are you doing? Hit the puck.
Too busy hitting CS, I guess.
Yep.
That's his area where he shines. He's got 10 denies, 10 last hits. It's definitely very good considering reversing a puck with Drow Aura. That puck is struggling. 6 last hits, 3 denies. Should maybe get easier because you've got Drow Aura, but you want Drow to hit level 6 before that really gets influential.
Top, they're going to go on to Miracle again. Oh, not going to be able to connect the arrow. Might not matter though if they can hit a fast to search ramp this jump forward, one more touch. It'll do it. I believe even popping a salve there as well.
Yep.
So Miracle, he should go back to playing mid god by the looks of it.
Yeah. He's not in his comfort zone here, and sure he'll be too happy with his start this game around. And off lane, definitely not a lane he's very acclimated towards. He's much more, I mean, for OG it was always the mid and the safe lane. You'd sometimes see him on those carries, the anti-mages, the jugs. Otherwise you see him in the mid lane. And...
Is that an instant replay, Gods? I don't think it is. He's just died a 3rd time. Well, this is what happens when you get 2 9Ks on the team. It cancels out and one of them turns to 0. Oh man.
Yeah, you got 2 9Ks and neither's going to the mid lane, which is normally where you stick your star player, but not to say that was the plan or why they're losing.
Oh, maybe not. And they get past it. They will. Kuro. They'll pull it through here for the side.
Okay.
Come on, lads. Let's together.
Cool. Seeing the face boots on Drow. Something a bit different.
Buyback. 4 minutes in. Why not? Let's go.
It's a cheap buyback. He's basically trading gold for experience because that was a full creep wave, including 3 range creeps. 3 range creeps give a lot of XP.
All right.
He didn't want to miss that.
That value buyback.
I don't know about value, but you know he got 3/4 of a level or something there. Traded that for however much gold it was.
Oh, hello. He's Dukes there from mind control.
Yeah, he traded like 300 gold for almost a level of XP.
Solo killing himself. Slow, painful. Out. Well, back towards the top lane. See if our Miracle plays this one against Stone.
Yeah,
he's having a very rough start.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's not getting XP, which is normally where it's like you die a couple times. If he's getting like level 5, level 6, you're like, well, he's got the levels to do something a bit later on. But now he's got nothing out of this lane so far. Void has got 2 kills, 24 CS. It does get easier as once Drow hits level 6, we'll see a big boost in the right-click damage of heroes like Husker and Puck. And even Puck's someone that could rotate, but...
Getting the creep. Sang the arrow.
Void didn't want to go aggro time walking because he was, what, 4 decays on him? He was very low on strength. Decided to play it safe, but... Has treads and almost level 6, so a Chronosphere up top could be devastating. Chrono into arrow and be possibly more kills.
Miracle. Then being cast. Jump forward, but this time Kuroki's there. Look at the turnaround, but Miracle, ooh, nearly going down. Falling very low, but thanks to Kuroki's present, they managed to turn around, get themselves two.
Great.
So will be able to get himself out of there. But Kuroki pretty much fixing this top lane for the side.
Absolutely. The timing on the telekinesis, Void couldn't get his time walk off. Boy, is he in trouble.
Kindy gonna around this top lane. Further shenanigans here with the side. VP trying them back together up top. Sounds being pressured. VP, they put the fortification. Instead of hitting that power spike with a level 6 on Drought.
Play's going to be for now. Drought is staying around that bottom lane, wants to be able to pressure a bit more, but looks like Matu's just content on farming.
Of course, still very much the edge for no one on the OD.
Yeah.
Keeping himself out of the puck.
Puck's at a dangerous point where having level 6 means he can TP rotate, but as far as his mid lane goes, he is not going to win the farm battle anytime soon. There's a raindrop already on OD, so Puck doesn't really have kill potential there. Just trying to break through those raindrop charges by throwing orbs, if anything, because doesn't actually have much mana to rotate right now, so needs to be a little bit careful about how he plays it.
I mean, Kuroki, with the rotation top, do you think he'll simply remain up towards the top lane, or will he come and join forces elsewhere?
He wants to, it looks like, just delay this push a bit. He wants to allow Husker to get some farm in the jungle, get some XP elsewhere, and his Fade Bolt is very good at delaying any kind of push. He can just sit up here, leeches level 6. Miracle's going to head to the jungle. It's more just trying to maximize their efficiency by jungling on multiple heroes as well as getting the lane. Nice last hit from Matu.
Solo tried to come in to see if they could try and stop them from getting the tower. It's not going to be the case. Solo be repelled up, back himself away, and with the Vita Restoration, he'd be safe. Of course, as we're seeing, the push power of the quick fruition. Drought.
Lane. Mid. Oh, again, the coordination between these two is just a little bit off. Lil arrows to try and set up as the Astro goes out.
And after a bit of a rocky setup from Liquid, it's starting to level back off. Liquid, the smoother movements. Miracle, as you said, keeping it safe in the jungle. Sure he can find that farm on the Huskar, and unlikely the VP are going to be able to do anything about it at this kind of game. Not really. With the best kind of setup to move into Liquid's jungle and try and stop Miracle. You're going to see Lil come over on his own, but with Bulba in the area as well, to Mirana.
And Miracle just trying to, he jungles his way to level 6 plus armor, so that's great for him. Like, he's got what he needs to at least fight. Doesn't even have boots, but his armor is just where he can get strong, because he can toggle it, and there's not much to really stop that unless he's getting chain stunned and like caught in a chrono, and if he's caught in a chrono, chances are you're going to die to the chrono arrow kind of combo anyway. So in a kind of man fight against the Void, he's generally going to be able to toggle that very well unless he gets unlucky with the bash.
Going to try and make a go here. Michael Charles setting up with a Dream Cog. Kuroki's going to be arrowed. In fact, taking a huge amount of damage here from no one. There's the heal from Bulba. Kuroki, strong with the stall time. We're actually able to keep himself alive for the time being. Finally goes down. And the credit from Rams is allowed to find a second kill. Miracle's going to still jump forward here. Try and fight up against him, but there's 4 members of VP. He's gone down. Bulba gets a nice decay, but VP will chase down for more. Ramses, the arrow connects onto Bulba. It's a 4th dead. Matuma Man, the last one alive from Ramses. He's got a time walk. He needs to bash, really, and it doesn't look like he's going to find it. The cast may allow him. The death would immediately drop down. VP, they're looking for the team wipe. They'll hold him in place. Ramses ready to surround him with Lil and no one. They'll get themselves the 5th, killing all members of Liquid there. And maybe even more. There's an arrow onto Kuroki. They'll look to take it, dropping the sanities. The Astrals there. It should be enough damage to finish him off. No.
Oh, stolen Astral.
Oh, it's okay. I was
wait,
confused.
He didn't take it damage. What happened?
But he lives. But still, a very, very messy fight for Liquid. Just losing 5 heroes straight up. So they're trying for the TP out. They got anything to cancel it? Yes, again, Kuroki. Still with that stolen Astral. Find this one. Indeed, Solo will pop.
Spend his money. Bought a courier to sell? Okay. bought that after he died and will sell it instantly. But fantastic team fight. Nothing Liquid could do about that once they committed for it. Miracle goes in after their fights have kind of already been lost, and VP just fought around their Chronosphere so incredibly well there. That was a huge win for them. But Liquid immediately just go 5-man, knowing that those ultis are on cooldown. No Void Chronosphere, no OD Sanity's Eclipse. They're going to immediately take at least one tower and possibly even rotate top to go for a second tier 1 tower. Although top's not the easiest lane to push. They can actually stick it out mid if they really want to, and 4 heroes mid, that looks to be the plan.
Also back up for Liquid. VP. So what they want to do about this. To get in this extra tower gold as well, going to be pretty huge for mind control. Closing in on the Blink Dagger, about 1700 gold on him at the moment. Top lane, Kuroky, he's just coming on his own, and that looks to be enough to kind of slow down the advance from VP. Will hit an arrow from Lil. Come back forward onto this, but Kuroky's just kind of playing around with these two. Some very neat Rubik plays coming out, nearly killing Ramses, in fact. Kuroky just outplaying the two of them. Mid lane solos to fall.
Kuroky's just keeping them distracted, stopping their potential TPs. Ramses is like, I want to go back defend, but Kuru's still here with Starstorm. Is he going to kill him with baseball? He does! Solo kill!
God.
What a player!
Okay, God. That was just some really neat stuff up there.
Conditions for picking Rubik have Kuroky on you.
Yeah. That was a wonder to watch.
And it was the most beautiful part about his play up top is that he's keeping them busy and they can't get back to defend the mid lane. So meanwhile, 4 heroes take 2 towers mid while Kuroky keeps 2 busy up top.
That's the Kuroky Rubik, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, thrilled. It really feels like it's just been a little bit messy for Liquid, but Kuroky, for the time being, he's kind of been the one strong point. You know, he's 3-1-2. He's been where he needs to be on the Rubik, and yeah, making the plays happen.
Definitely agree that has been a messy, sloppy kind of game as far as some of the other fights they're taking. I mean, Miracle's had a rough time. He's 0-4, but overall, game plan and strategy of Liquid is still online. They're just going to group up 5-man around the Drow Ranger push, and then when the ultimates come back up from Void and OD, they're probably going to play it a little bit slower, get another item or two, and they need to really get a pick off before they go for push. They can't just expect a 5-man brute force towers when there's the AoE combo coming out from a Void into a Void Chrono into Arrow, Starstorm, OD Sanity Eclipse. There's so much AoE damage that you can't just 5-man in plain sight. You have to find some kind of smoke play if you want to go and fight into VP.
You go in that mind. The plan is he did his mind control with the blink. Just picked up.
There was a dire vision around that mid lane. They didn't see the smoke, but they saw heroes gathering around that mid lane, so it might be a little bit apparent. And VP do have numbers down bottom. They could potentially take this fight.
Let's see how it sets off. What kind of angle Liquid can get. Pulver to lead the way. Mind control close behind him. We'll see if he can hit the multi-man dream collar. So VP fairly split up. They'll have the jump in onto Solo. Immediately looking to take down the Witch Doctor. Solo's out. No one's being repelled. And now Ramses coming in with the Chronosphere. It's going to allow them to get Miracle by looks of it. They do find the Huskar kill. And the Tumor Man there as well. Moving in for more. Kuroky getting bashed up. And as she says, still holding onto that Chronosphere. Yeah, it's going to come holding the OD in place, allowing them to take down no one as well. Lil will just about able to get himself away. Try for the TP. There is a blink on the mind control, but he doesn't get himself down there in time. Still though, good fight for Liquid. And again, Kuroky just with those nice little steals to secure big kills like that, taking down the OD at the end of the fight.
That's the scenario that Liquid aren't really meant to succeed in, which is like a 5v5 fight, but if they're getting the jump, they can do it because there's no Witch Doctor cast, no Death Ward, and as much as Witch Doctor is that 5 support, those last couple of fights, his cast really locked down a couple of heroes, and the Death Ward synergy with the Chronosphere is a big source of damage upward for VP. So they were just scrambling to figure out what to do, having lost one, and they just couldn't really coordinate as well as they'd like.
Hey, VP. Maybe looking to try and contest this one. Little to leap forward, but mind control has the inventory to make for the high ground. A beautiful tempo is going to force Liquid out of the pit. Lil will throw his life away. Mind control coming back through. No Death Ward now for this time round, so Liquid should be able to get it in. Ramses comes into the steal. He jumps forward. He's going to try and look for it. Can they burst it down? Oh, he's got it. They get the kill. They're able to steal the Aegis as well. stealing the kill and the ace. Great play from Ramses, and now it's Liquid, the ones that died, have lost 2. Good guts from Matuma Man onto Solo and Pasha, forcing them back. They'll get the Wish Shock to kill. Looking towards the Omni Knight, Bulba, Kuro, and Matuma Man chasing him down. Ramses, time walking forward, no one's there as well, with the damage output onto Kuroki, bringing him low, but oh, they get the stolen GA in fact. Kuroki again, trying to keep his team alive, but it looks like this time it may not work out. They're losing Bulba on the sidelines as Ramses and Pasha surround him. Kuroki somehow still keeping alive. He may even get himself out. Oh, he's not going to do it. He has been Astral. He will finally go down out of this one. And VP there with a fabulous just momentum swing.
No. Oh, waiting for Chrono. Back off. He saw the TP, I believe, coming in.
It was close.
Chrono's still on cooldown for 5 seconds. He could actually go for this.
They need to kill Ramses, but he's been repelled. It's very, very risky for Liquid. Chrono is there now, hits the bash onto Miracle, drops the Chrono, catches both the Huskar and the Puck. Miracle's out. Looks like they're not going to be confident in trying to go for the mind control kill as well. But VP here with that fight around the Roshan, getting the Aegis, getting the Roche kill, winning a team fight. I mean, you saw Kuroki trying his hardest. It really feels like this game, Liquid, you know, may have hit the bar, and Kuro said, don't worry boys, drink what you want, I'm playing Rubik, I'll carry you. But at the moment, it's risky. VP are doing well.
VP are doing very well. And the kind of comeback mechanics for Liquid's draft, it's not really a draft meant to play out from behind. They want to get ahead in the, at least have a decent early game where they're even, but the mid game when they start pushing is where they're meant to be strong. If you're playing from behind against this heavy team fight and the carry potential of a repelled OD, you're going to be in trouble. This OD, with Chronosphere support, with potential arrows landing, they could easily deal with a Huskar. Huskar is not scary this game, nor particularly is the Drow Ranger necessarily, so I really worry for Liquid given the weak early to mid game they've had. They're losing that Roche fight, really bad for them, and suddenly they're in trouble.
Especially with the fact that towards Ramses very, very close to finishing off Diffusal Blade. I mean, what's this boy has Diffusal and Manta? It's going to be so hard for Liquid to A, control him, and B, to survive. If he hits the Chrono, he's going to be ripping through some of these heroes. Mind control. Jumping onto Solo, the TP is coming in already from VP. Solo, can he play around this pass? Onto Mind Control, the Death Watch jumps as well with the Purification. Bursting Mind Control out of the game. And another clean kill for VP. That's going to send the rest of Liquid packing back to their half of the map. 16-11, this is, you know, where was this VP in the first series?
It really does spell trouble for Liquid. I guess VP, you know, they were saving their energy for this series.
Yep.
Lil was tweeting yesterday, replying to Bulldog, how do you lose with 2 9Ks? And Lil's like, I'll show you. And
at the moment, they kind of are. It's looking good, as you say. Maybe as you said, yeah, they're like, oh, we won't prep for Sin's team, it'll be fine. And then they spent the whole build-up studying Liquid. At the moment, it's working out. But it's, you know, you got to admit that Liquid themselves, obviously with their draft, tried for a bit of fun. You know, not normally something I'd say about Huskar, but when you're picking it up second,
it's bold.
Kuro's on the Rubik, you know, it's a classic.
You'd normally expect like a different opening partner with the Drow.
Stolen Astral there from Kuro, used to set up onto no one. Mind Control jumps in, silences Ramses. Repel onto no one, they're trying to get him out of it. They'll put the Moonlight Shadow. Ramses does have the Chrono, but they get themselves away from the Tombstone. Kuroki thinking about looking for a play here. Arrow onto Bulba, jump forward for Ramses, hits the 2-man Chrono. Mind Control there with the silence though, trying to keep Kuroki alive. The status needs to be dropped though, and Liquid lose 2. But they back themselves away. Miracle and Matuma Man, they can't stick around here. VP to dive forward for more. To get themselves to a Huskar kill. This would be absolutely huge. It's already been a good fight. Solo forced forward. Gonna get the cast onto Miracle, dropping the Death Ward immediately. Miracle tried to armor his way back into this, but it's not going to happen. Solo's kept alive by the repel. And VP again taking 3 kills and not being punished for it at all.
Just great controlled aggression from them. They've got such good sustain with the Omni Knight as well as the Witch Doctor, who's going for a max voodoo restoration build, that they're just chasing after getting these additional kills and really translating kills into towers as well now. They've got that extra bit of sustain, and Liquid in a lot of trouble here. Drout's going.
Look how much money the OD's got. He's got 3.8k gold in the bank, 19 minutes in.
Where did that come from? Yeah, he's got 7 kills, 6 assists. These team fights are just going so well for him. No one has been an absolute monster.
Oh man, I mean, what does he pick up? Like just a massive item next? It's just arcades. Could be BKB. So play it relatively safe.
Yeah, it's very safe choice.
Yep.
Not the item I would have necessarily jumped to conclusion that he'd be going for, but hey, it works alright. Again, it's going to block the majority of the Huskar's damage output.
And the silences are in. Obviously, the Gust and the silence from Puck, it's, you know, limiting his output, damage output a lot in the fights.
You can play hyper aggressive with this, but it also he had the repel already, so I guess this means the repel can go other directions, or alternatively, you have repel into BKB into another repel, and then you've got like 30 seconds of Magic Community.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Nope. It's off there. The ward doing wonders there for Liquid as they get themselves a freebie. A Shadow Blade now done on Matumba Man.
They're going to have to play Scrappy. And the thing is, it's been a scrappy, messy game, and they're going to play Scrappy now to get back into this game. Find pickoffs where you can. Use this Shadow Blade to kind of maneuver around the map to split push, to find pickoffs. They can't just play us straight up. Let's play us 5, group up, smoke, go for Roshans. That doesn't work anymore. If you want to turn this around and get back and have a decent late game, you've got to just play messy Dota.
As well, so both teams certainly have great ways of kicking off the fight. Liquid actually get a group up here, going for a smoke, and they head into the side of VP. We'll see if they find first. Pings onto Solo. No one coming in from behind. They'll go on to the Wiz 50. Will be silenced. Miracle jumps forward onto no one. They've lost Solo. No one puts the BKB. Trying to man fight up against Miracle, but it's not working. The moment drops the sanity. It's just not enough damage. There we have no one maybe overestimating his capabilities to fight there against the Huskar. Puts himself away. Ramses. Tree line has the moonlight. If he feels there's an opportunity, but with the sentry down, he's hunting. This guy's not going to find it. Yeah, just missing him.
Yeah, it could have been an easy solo kill, but perhaps lacked the vision.
He's in trouble as well. Mind control. Jumps forward. Ramses. The tree line. He's got the Dream Core mind control. Is he going to drop it? No. Holds on.
It's tough. You don't know for sure if he's TPing or buying time for the cooldown of his blink. Yeah, that's really costly for VP. That's a lot more of the kind of that's almost reminiscent of what happened in Game 2 in the last series, where they had this good early to mid game and then just made some bad calls with fights. And there was the OD turning to fight. Omni Knight was already running away. He was in the river. If he stuck around, maybe they fight. But alternatively, OD could have just completely hightailed it out there, and they don't have to take that fight because they were fighting 4v5. So
could be nicer. They're grouping up again. They don't have Mirana with them, but they're going to look for the wraparound through Liquid's jungle, see if they can catch them on the back of it. Already though, Liquid's starting to split, but Matumba Man's out of there towards the mid lane. Pings come out to him, and they opt to just wrap around towards the mid instead. Control close behind, picks himself up at Haystream, and VP looking to set up onto Matumba Man. Ramsey jumps in, no messing around. Frodo's going to be jumped. There's going to be no escape for Matumba Man. It's down. Committing a few ults for that, but of course a very nice kill to get, and it will limit Liquid's fighting potential, knocking away a huge amount of their damage. The aura off the map for 40 seconds or so. This will allow VP to push in. We'll see if Liquid still want to try and fight with just the 4-man. Ramses looking at forward on the front line. They'll throw the arrow down, get a bit of vision. Now spot Kura on the sidelines. So VP well aware of the situation, and they'll stand strong and look to finish off this tier 1. Ramses eyeing up Kuro there.
There's a defeat a little bit. Time Walk gonna prevent any chase.
VP still certainly the side with the edge here, and these fights going to get harder and harder for Liquid.
And that OD dying is just kind of a wake-up call that, hey, this Huskar is actually fairly scary, and the physical damage with Drow Aura is something you have to be worried about, which is where the BKB pickup was a little unusual. When you've got an Omni Knight in your team, having like a Shiver's Guard or some kind of Blink Dagger could have maybe been a bit more useful given how that fight played out. But, I mean, hindsight, it's a lot easier as a caster to look back and say, like, well, that item didn't really help him there. When obviously there's plenty of reasons to go for it against the double silence of both Drow and Puck and Huskar magic damage. It is a very good game to have that magic. Smoke under Vision of Ward here in the mid lane. So that was a smoke that VP likely saw, and imagine we'll see VP kind of group up as 5 to try and counterplay this one. They've got to be worried about this Roshan. This is where you want to smoke up and head immediately towards Rosh. Got a smoke. It's like they've got one on the courier.
And last time the Rosh attempt didn't go too ideally for Liquid. We'll see a bit of a repeat. VP heading down, but of course the damage from Liquid ripping this to pieces. They've got to be quick if they want to try and make an attempt, and if they do, it's going to be potentially too late. Aegis already picked up by Miracle. Take down the Tombstone. Pull back themselves away. Bulba actually keeping out in the pit. He'll make it out.
Really nice by Liquid. Just fast Rosh, get in, get out. It was a risky play, but when you're in a position like this, playing from behind, you have to go for those risky plays sometimes. And VP, again, it's like that team play shot calling where they were a little bit slow. They were all huddled around their tier 3 tower mid, waiting for that smoke, but someone had to TP, then they had to bring the Curry out with the smoke. It just wasn't fluid. I feel like a top team on their A game would have already been grouped up a good 5-10 seconds earlier. They even saw Liquid go for the smoke. They saw Liquid smoke as 5, predicted them going to Roshan, but they were too slow to react. Despite having all the intel on their side, they didn't get there in time. So that, to me, is just something that VP can't afford to do.
Said, you know, will mess up could cause Liquid to quite easily get themselves back ahead this game. And of course, 1-1 team fight, and Liquid will be sure to take a few objectives from you with the amount of pushing power and damage that they are doing with this Drow Aura. 5 minutes, 20 to 14. VP, I mean, do you feel the VP, they need to actively look for fights, or do they have to just wait out the Aegis and try and get some more items out on their cores like the OD?
Good idea to wait at the Aegis. Yeah. Having to deal with Husker twice is very difficult, and if you're taking a fight, make sure you're getting a pick to start it off. Ramses needs to land a decent chrono, which with the blink now shouldn't be too bad, and that was also the other reason why contesting that Roshan was perhaps a little bit slow to get there, because they didn't really want to fight. They didn't have chrono up, so they're trying to play around that cooldown a bit, and now they've got to play around the fact that Aegis is on the Radiant side, so it's slowing down some of their momentum. But I imagine VP are thinking, like, our late game is on paper better than theirs, and they have got the better late game lineup. It's just not really been shown that they have the better late game decision making and team fight coordination. So that's going to be kind of the key thing to improve upon from the last series.
And for the time being, Liquid, I'll push down the tier 2, and they may even try and push for more. I utilize this Aegis on Miracle. They have all the ults back online side of Liquid. VP trying to look for a bit of a trade at the moment, but I think they'll realize that they may have to head back very shortly as Liquid showing no signs of stopping as they're moving on to the tier 3. Immediate TP reactions.
Got the Purge creep with the Satyr, the Helm of the Dominator. Nice way to deal with the Repel. And that's also where you need the BKB as OD. But they take it out though, they made the jump.
Ramses jumps in. It's a nice 2-man chrono onto Kuroki and Miracle the Gust. Trying to force them back, but they've already lost Kuro. Miracle can't get the chance to get the heal off as he gets bashed up. Solo gets silenced. They'll find a kill in return. Miracle's going to be up for round 2. We'll see how it goes down. He's caught in the middle of it, getting bashed by Ramses. Has the halberd, disarms the Void. He's going to get ripped to pieces though by no one as no one pops the BKB. Moving in for more with the Diffusal Blade charge, slowing down Bulba. Bulba's going to fall. He's going to be the 4th down on the side of Liquid. And again, it's VP taking these team fights very convincingly. And that was a team fight as well, where Miracle had the Aegis.
Just great initiation. Ramses hitting a fantastic Blink Chronosphere to start it off. And it's one of those very small things, but it's actually really important that they kill that Satyr at the start of the fight. It allows Omni Knight to actually have an impact with Repel as well as Guardian Angel. Ideally, Liquid, when they initially lose the Husker Aegis and the Chronosphere and all that, can just try turn and fight with Husker's second life with Chrono down, but they can't deal with the Repelled OD at that point. They can't deal with the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, great setup for Ramses, and just the fact that they could take Miracle out so quickly. And at that point, mind control, Bulba blowing the spells onto Solo, so they didn't really have anything to come back in and help Miracle out. No one just contains Matumba Man in the Astral. Here's the sanities between the two of them. Ends up doing a hell of a lot of damage to Matumba Man. It allows them to just finish him off at the end of it. Of course, yeah, just being able to repel up your cores, allowing them to just lock down on those targets as the fight starts to fall apart for the opponent, proving just too much for Liquid's lineup to deal with at this stage with the lead that VP have.
Yeah, OD had full 10-second repel into a 9-second BKB that fight. It was constant magic immunity for him, and Liquid's plan is going to be for the next couple of fights. It doesn't feel like they can take a head-on 5v5.
Especially what Manta done on Ramses. Greaves out for Mirana. It's going to be even harder for Liquid to fight into. And yours on Pasha as well, so suddenly those silences aren't going to be as much of an issue, and he's going to be much more likely to have that opportunity to save his teammates with those repels and purification.
There's not any kind of great items you can get on the side of Liquid, which you can say, oh, that item's going to really help turn it around. The one item which is quite interesting is the Puck Aghanim Scepter, which will be a decent disable to go through the repel, as well as the BKB of the OD. But other than that, like, there's no item for the carries, like to dish out more damage or to stay alive. For Drow and Husker, it's very tricky for them. The BKB is perhaps the one item that can negate some of the damage output of OD, but even that in itself is a very limiting item because you don't scale all that well.
×3.
Lane. Miracle's going to need a bit of backup. It looks like VP are ready to go in for a push themselves. Chrono back. Sanity just coming off cooldown as well, so VP are ready to go. At the same time, Liquid, they're sent back 3, keeping 2 up top. Kuro, now mind control forcing the lane out. See when they do decide to return, they may just let this tier 2 go and wait for the high ground defense. See, looks to be the plan. Take one. Resist. Forward. Got to be very careful about the Chrono. He's got a leveled up diffusal blade as well as the Manta start. Ramsey. The tower. Not a lot the Liquid could do to stop this by the looks of it. No one, but Ramsey just blinks himself out. How can Liquid start this fight? It's still half of them at this stage. Ramses, and indeed, yeah, the arrow. The timing's on point. Miracle. It's going to be defensively Astral, I believe, there by Kuroki. They're trying to save him, but with the Chrono down, Miracle's caught in the midst of it all. He gets bursted by the Silence's Eclipse. Mind Control has to phase shift his way out of this. There'll be a buyback from Miracle. Doing their best to hold this defense, Liquid.
Disengage with that. Wait for another clean initiation. Wait for another Chronosphere. There's great initiation from, I mean, no one's just throwing Astrals on anyone who comes near. They can catch an Astral, he'll throw it, and then they've got the Mirana to follow it up. He even cleared the creep wave using the Shivers to just make sure that Mirana had a clean shot on the Astral target. And for Liquid, they just didn't have the best save there. I guess the Astral is meant to come a bit sooner, but then the Void is there with the Chronosphere. So you Astral him, it doesn't really save his life, it just sets up Void to catch him in the Chronosphere after it ends.
Back of that.
This is like the move, the risky move you have to make, and it's less risky because Chrono's down, but Chrono and Sans Eclipse get used, immediately push out lanes and try find that pick. Try find that kill that will help you threaten high ground or force a buyback, but VP seem well aware of this. They're all huddled in their own base.
Yeah, they are not coming out for no one. They are going to make sure that Liquid don't find anything with its movement for the time being. Start to head out now, but the smoke's gone.
Find a jump here, but at this point, VP have seen 5 heroes missing from the map for so long. Got to expect some kind of movement. Arrow scouting, doesn't see anyone immediately. Liquid may still find an opening here. 20 seconds on Chrono, though.
Some of the members of VP with the scan, so down the mid lane. But Liquid just trying to clear down the bottom lane. Take away that final tier 2 that's standing on the side of VP.
And VP see them bottom like, well, we still got a tier 2 there. Let's force them back. This is a push that can threaten the high ground, but also just make them have to defend this high ground. They've got Chrono back. They don't need the Sans Eclipse. The Chrono's the more important ultimate.
They have all got TPs, and they're going to need to get themselves the hell back here. As Liquid,
they're going for the base trade.
I mean, they're losing racks for this. They're not keeping this racks alive. They even lose the curry as well, as Little jumps in to clean that out. So 3 racks there for the side. They need to find some sort of trade, Liquid.
They're going to get caught on the retreat if they're not careful as well. But VP not going to go chasing into what could be a bad fight, although Void is still searching around. They take racks, defend their own, and Liquid are trying to make a ballsy play. They're sticking around trying to get a catch here.
Ramses, line control, jumps into the side, substitute, Dream Cost trying to hit no one, but the Chrono comes through from Ramses. He's caught 3, paralyzing cast, be careful, comes down from Solo. They've ripped through 2, they'll take Bulver as well. 3 down on Liquid. And VP coming out with the better plays. It's going to be a 4.
That's almost just game right there. I guess Liquid going to try play it out, defend high ground once more, but the lead at this point is just so monumental. Odie's got a Hex to go with his Shivers. They're so far ahead item-wise. They can get themselves an Aegis. They can go push high ground and grab another lane of racks if they want. All they've got to do is wait for their ultimates, wait for the Chronosphere, and they're going to be near unkillable. Look at Ramsey. He's going to go back to the bottom tier 3 tower. He's just like, okay, 4 dead, no problem. My team's taking Roshan. I've got other objectives in mind.
Oh boy.
That's good. He's going to get almost a tier 3 tower by himself here. He may actually do so. Puck can't stop this.
This is, I mean, obviously a great performance from VP, but at the same time, this is a little bit all over the place from Liquid. I mean, as we said, maybe trying stuff out, running mind control in the mid, putting the Huskar up on top. It's a little bit different. It'll be interesting to see if they do switch it up, obviously, in Game 2. But Game 1 at the moment looking to be put into a situation that's going to make it very hard for Liquid to come back from.
Yeah.
So it's just about a 20k gold lead for VP.
Wouldn't expect to see this be a recurring thing with mind control mid. I don't think it was the plan during the draft until, I imagine it was a snap decision from Kuro. Like, they saw the lanes and they just saw an opportunity to run Huskar against Void and thought that would be favorable for them, but it hasn't worked. Liquid see the smoke. They know they want to try loop through, but Astral into Arrow misses, but Miracle still hangs.
Pete trying to move forward with the Moonlight. Settled up here. Just slow it down with the Fade Bolt. Kuro is able to get his hands on and takes a bit of team fight. Ramses to jump forward and he's Chrono 1-2. No one moving forward as well. They instantly look to lock down onto the Drow, and the damage from this Sanity Eclipse at this stage, they're too far ahead. Killing them all on Liquid. There'll be a buyback from Kuroki. But with 3 members down, no buyback. GG, well played is called. And this really was not the showing we expected from Liquid here in Game 1, especially against VP, who had already struggled this in the first series against Escape Gaming.
Much more the showing we expected from VP, though. They had a very slow start against Escape. They managed to do really well in the laning stage, and I think for the 3rd game in a row, we see the key lane for VP being their safe lane. If they can win that safe lane, secure it, because they got contested. This game it was undying.